Hello friends, welcome back. Now new SP125 2025 model from the Honda is now with here. So we are going to look the detailed ride experience review in this video. We tested this SP125 in these 2-3 road conditions, and let us share what are all the performance criteria this SP125 new model delivers. Now we are sitting in this SP125. The seat height of this SP125 is around 790 mm, and it is even suitable for 6 foot or even 5.5 foot person. For better experience, you must have a test drive by visiting nearby showroom, Honda showroom, guys. I think the meter visibility is a little bit okay in the direct sunlight or even in the night ride conditions, but the design language is subjective. But you can note down the whenever the light source is reaching this SP125 meter assembly, it automatically turns to light theme. Whenever it is needed, you can access or preset your meter visibility to dark theme or even in the light theme, guys. We already posted detailed walk around review of SP125 in our channel. Now let's get start the SP125. The initial arrival was very nice, and it's a smoothie and refined engine, typical engine from the Honda. It's a 125cc BS6 OBD2B variants, guys. So this updated performance of this engine is also very nice, and from the first and second gear the power output is so linear. From the third gear only you can feel the power of SP125, and for the gear shifting you can this time SP125 has a RPM, which is a tachometer, so you can shift your gear according to your RPM, guys. I think advisable gear shifting limit is 5000 to 6000 RPM. It has a 5-speed of manual gearbox, we already know that, and the clutch operations is also very smooth as a typical Honda engine gets. And by speaking the ground clearance, it has a 160 mm of ground clearance, and it is practically okay in the day-to-day life conditions. So now we are going to have a pickup test of this SP125, which has the OBD2B updated engine, guys. By speaking the pickup test, if your riding range is around 55 to 60 km per hour speed range, you can earn the mileage of 65 km per liter, guys. So mostly in the highway ride conditions, it may vary to even 68 to 70. So now let me connect the speedometers, because the pickup test needs speed indicators, guys. So the gear shifting is okay, and there are no false neutral indicators whenever while riding till now, guys. So let's get start the pickup test. There are no vehicles around this. Let's get start the pickup test. On initial, we already told from the first and second gear, you can notice that the power output is so linear. You can feel the full power of this engine from the third, fourth gear. From the fifth gear, the power output is also gradually increasing. We reached fifth gear with this 93 km of speed range. Few of the YouTubers have posted the top speed of this SP125. I think they get to 115 km speed range, but we advise that is dangerous, and you do not try in when you are riding, guys. We advise the speed limits in the highways is only around 90 km speed range. Whenever it is in the city traffics or in the street limits, you can maintain your speed limits from the 60 to 70 km speed range. And by the vibrations, by speaking the vibrations, whenever you cross the 8500 RPM to 9000 RPM or other 90 km of speed range, you may feel your vibrations in the foot pegs, and mildly you can notice vibrations in the handlebar position. But the handling of this SP125 is so good as like the previous version. This bikes consist of 117 kg in the disc variant, so you can handle it in the highways or even in the street conditions or city traffic conditions, guys, even carrying your pillion. But by speaking the riding confidence of this SP125, it gets only the skinny tires in the front, rear 100 section tires they given, but the braking option is only the CBS, only it consists a disc option in the front. Even the drum variant is also existing in this SP125. So we advise you to maintain the 90 km of speed range in the highways and 60 to 70 speed range in the city or in the rural conditions, guys. By continuing with the highway ride test, now we are in the street ride conditions. So let's get even experience with this SP125 new model with the street ride experience, guys. This street consists of some potholes or even muddy road areas, or even in the some speed breakers also. Let me check a test what this SP125 has performed. Even till now there are no false neutral gear shifting problem we attained. So in future we know what all these consist or may not be consist. You can tackle or even handle this SP125 in the speed breakers. But in this city, I mean street area condition, you should maintain only below 30 to, I mean below 40, 30 to 40 kilometer speed range is okay. We disconnected the speedometer. But now you are looking in the cement road conditions. I think in the joint of the cement roads we cross the 40 kilometer of speed range. This front suspension is still stiffer in the side, guys. You may feel slightly impact and discomfort in the riding while you are in the cement road or joint conditions. Now you get the some visibility of speed breakers. It has a 5 consecutive speed breakers. Now you look at this, guys. There are huge impact the rider has feel because of the front suspension. Even the rear, the pillion also gets some discomfort while riding in the city or path hole conditions, guys. So there are no suspension updates given from the Honda for this SP125 new model. So it's a major negative I feel here. But in the highway road conditions, it's not a matter. But if you are riding this SP125 in the street or rural areas, the suspension is a little stiffer, and you can feel some discomfort or impact, guys. And while riding you should wear all your helmets or riding jackets for the safety. I think this SP125 will give around 60 to 65 in the street or city traffic, but you are in the highways you should earn more than 65 per liter, guys. And in the reflections you note down in this TFT display is on because of my helmet and the sunlight, but in your naked eyes there are no discomfort while seeing your or noticing your readouts in this TFT display, which is be good in this condition. Now in the final we are going to test this SP125 in the muddy road conditions. Even I am not a rider, I am sitting in as a pillion. Even I feel some impacts in the rear and because of the rear suspension. By speaking the tire and grip conditions, this SP125 has a rear 100 section tire, but even it has some skiddy areas while you are riding in the muddy area conditions or even the rainy roads. So you should have speed limits under 30 to 40 in these type of road conditions, because it has only CBS options. By speaking the seating comfort, it has a 790 mm of seat height, and the seat cushioning is so stiffer. It has a pillion grab rail, which is also okay. So it has a helmet hook in the side also, guys. If you are continuously riding over 80 to 100 km in a single stretch, you may feel some discomfort or butt pain on because of this seat assembly, which is also stiffer. And the travel suspension of the travel is still there, but it feels so impactful and so discomfort while you are riding in the muddy areas or some in the path hole conditions, guys. And this SP125 new model consists ideal stop system, which is be a good update. Even other 100cc bikes also consist in the Indian market. Now only the SP125 gets. It has a I3S switches in the clutch operations also. Now you note on the sound of the front disc brake, I think a disc brake switch. As like the same, they given the clutch switch nearby the ISS switch. So it will be okay when you are in the traffic or signals. You can operate your clutch to initiate the engine, ignition of the engine, which is also be nice. It may be useful for the day-to-day riders who ride this SP125 for the range of 80 to 100 km in a single day. And the visibility of this TFT display, 4-inch display, is also so good. When the light source reaches this SP125 meter, it turns to light when you are in the preset with the auto mode. But if the light source doesn't reach your meter assembly, the photo sensor, it turns to the black theme. If you doesn't want the white theme or black theme, you can preset your according to your need, guys. So it will be okay. And one noticeable thing in this SP125 is the neutral indicator and the gear position indicator is so visible as compared to other brands 125cc segments. Only the Rider 125 gets the colored TFT display, and as like the Rider 125, TVS Rider 125, this SP125 also gets the TFT display with the some basic color which is present. You can note down the neutral indicator also. While riding, the rider should not access the settings while riding, guys. So it will be the safety measure for the rider also. When the odometer comes to 0, attains 0, you can access or change your presets by accessing the settings position. Now you will note down the samples. While the bike is in the second gear, you cannot access the settings position. But when the odometer comes to 0 or it notes the 0, you can access the settings and you can preset your change your readouts in this SP125 meter, guys. And the fuel tank of this SP125 design is unchanged. It has a 11.2 liter of capacity and it will accept E20 fuel in future also, guys. So by speaking the mileage, it gives the 65 kilometer per liter. We already know. It has a CBS option. Whenever you apply the rear brakes, the front disc brakes will apply, or drum brake will apply 30% of the disc brakes, guys. On the rear, you get the 130 mm of drum brakes only. There are no change in the performance and the other spec of this SP125 engine, guys. But while riding, you maintain the speed limits around 60 to 65 kilometer. Now you note down the economy indicator on the top left corner of this meter assembly. So you can attain almost 65 in the rural or city areas and above 65 in the highways areas. We already claim here. The ground clearance is also still manageable. It has a 160 mm of ground clearance. And still this SP125 disc model consists of connectivity and Bluetooth navigation options, but it also has a USB 15 watt capable of charger also, guys. So in the front they almost changed the design of LED headlamps. So this power output is still better as compared to the previous version. Even the tail light section is derived from the SP160. It gets the new LED headlamps and tail lamps, and the indicator is still same with the halogen indicator. You note on the power output of new model SP125 versus old model SP125 power output. I think the wider in angle in the low beam and the high beam is all still better as compared to the previous version. So it will be okay while you are riding in the night ride conditions. And now this video gets the final. Now you note down the side by side difference between the disc model, which is a grey color option, and the drum model, which is the blue option. This disc variant consists the TFT display with the connectivity features and the USB charging port, which is also big, nice. And in the front you already know the drum brakes, disc brakes is also present. For the drum brakes option, the basic meter assembly of the previous version is consist. By speaking the engine performance, there are no change. The identical of these two variants gets this, guys. The suspension gets colored suspension in the disc option. Only the drum option consists the black colored suspension, but there are no difference in the performance of the suspension. It's still the same. You note down all other specifications of this new model here, guys. So from these test drive samples, the suspension is still unchanged. It gets stiffer. While you are riding in rural areas, the seat assembly is okay, but for the long ride, it is also be okay. It has a wider single seat and longer single seat, but you may feel some discomfort while riding in the long range. So this will be the my personal opinion of this SP125. You can cruise commute your day-to-day life conditions, but in the highways you must have a test drive once in the showrooms nearby, guys. So thanks for watching until the end of this video. If you feel this video is useful, please share to